hope you guys are ready to build some awesome stuff. My name is Athena Brensberger, also known as AstroAthens, online on different social media channels. And one of my favorite things I love to do is to build stuff. And one of the things that we're going to build today is this right here. Does anyone in the chat know what this is? I'll give you a hint. It's on Mars, and it was built by NASA. So we're going to be building something very similar, but out of cardboard today. So you guys guessed a Mars Rover. You guessed it right. That is exactly what we're going to be building today. So if you guys have your supplies, I know that they're written right here, I believe, here or here. So go ahead and get those ready. And I'm going to switch over to a camera that I'm going to have attached to my head. So you guys have a point of view so you can follow along with what I'm doing so that we could build this together. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are ready to build some Mars rovers. Alrighty, let's get started. Really wrap the cable around the other side. There we go. I hope you guys like my point of view camera. And when you guys are ready, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I've got a lot of different supplies here. This is actually just some candy. If you guys don't have anything like that, no worries. We can actually build wheels out of cardboard. We don't want to do that today. So first thing I want you guys to start with is grab your cardboard that you have. And I've got some pre-cut out pieces here, but I'm going to go through with it with you guys so you know exactly what measurements you need. So grab a piece of cardboard and grab your ruler, and we're going to measure 5 inches. So you're going to need 2 of these. These are the rear axle wheels, what they're called on the rover. So actually, let me grab my picture so that we can look at this together. So we're going to be focusing on these wheels first, which are back here. But our rover is only going to have 4 wheels. This one has 6. So draw a line at 5 inches, and then you're going to go up this way, and then draw another line at 5 inches. And this is going to make a square. Draw one more line going across at 5 inches, and there you have a square. Grab your scissors and cut that out. So as I mentioned, I already have mine pre-cut, so we're going to go with my pre-cut ones just for the sake of time, but I'll actually move through this with you guys too. I'll give you guys some time at home to cut this through. So you're going to make 2 of these. So what's easier to do is once you actually cut out your first one, you can just line it up against another piece of cardboard. And that way you know that they're quite even. So it's going to be 5 inches by 5 inches. And these are going to be the back wheels of our rover. So as I mentioned, once you cut that out, you can actually just hold it up to another piece of cardboard. Super easy peasy. Just draw a line, another line, and then you can go ahead and cut that out. Now, once you guys cut out those 2, what I want you to do, we're going to look at the ones that I had already pre-cut out. I want you to draw an X like this. You guys see how I made an X across? And that's because where the 2 lines meet, you're going to be poking a hole. So anyone who is maybe a kid or someone younger, a child, you might want some adults to help you with poking the hole. Maybe a little bit easier. So you're going to go ahead and draw a line, as I mentioned, across, and then draw another line going across that. And let me know in the chat how you guys are doing. If you have any questions about how to maybe draw this. So these are the 5 inches by 5 inch wheels. So go ahead and draw a cross on both of them. And then you're going to take a sharpened pencil and you're going to poke a hole through it like that. Now, an easy technique to do that for anyone here who might be doing it themselves or for any parents that are helping out your children. When you go ahead and draw the line, something that'll help is right when you go to poke the hole, just keep an opening on the backside so that you don't poke your finger for any kiddos that are doing this, just like that. And so this is going to be really important because we're going to be putting a pencil through there to connect the wheels to each other. And as I mentioned, those are the rear axle wheels. So those are going to help with getting over the terrain of Mars. So anyone in the chat, I want you to tell me what you see in this image. What is so interesting about the Mars terrain? Looks kind of rocky, right? Looks really mountainous. And so this is why we have our wheels, our rear ones, to be square. So once you make those, our square rear axle wheels, just put them to the side. Now we're going to be making the body of the rover. That's going to be 6 inches by 6 inches. So I'll go ahead and draw it out with you guys. So let's look at this cardboard. So just go ahead and, oh, this looks like it's exactly 6 inches, perfect. And once again, up to 6 inches. And then one more, just draw a line going across. And then we'll go ahead and cut that out. So I'll go and cut that with you guys so I can show you how to bend it. And you guys can really use any cardboard for this. This project actually was brought to you through, I found it on NASA JPL's website. So that's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. And they have a whole PDF document of how you could do this. Either it's with a class or it's just with your friends or your family. It's a really fun project, especially too, you can race your rovers with one another. So once you made, you cut out the body of the rover, just go ahead and fold the sides like that so that these kind of come to like an even stance. So if it bends like, you see how mine bent here, just mess with it a few times until you get it to really kind of bend at like a desired shape. I would say something along the lines of that. Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be poking a hole through each of these sides. And if it's a little messy like that, you can just go ahead and clean it up. We're going to be decorating it anyway at the end. But once you guys get up to that, and if I'm moving too fast, just let me know in the chat, or if you have any questions, I certainly can answer those for you guys. So you're going to take your pencil, and just like I said, keep that space between your 2 fingers so you don't poke yourself. Just going to poke a hole through one side, and then keep the pencil in the cardboard. You want it to be even, and then through to the other side like that. So I'm going to go ahead and use a colored pencil rather than my drawing pencil, because I want to save this for taking measurements. So what you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and put the pencil through the body of the rover like so, and then grab those rear axle wheels. And you're going to attach those like that and like that. Okay, so you're going to want a little bit of space between the body of the rover. So if maybe you need to bend it a little bit more, go ahead and do that. And this is when your tape is going to come in handy, because you need those wheels to be sturdy. You want them to be strong, because if you guys wrote in the chat at all about what you see in this image, Mars has a lot of hills, a lot of rocks. And so you're going to need really sturdy wheels. So let's go ahead and tape those wheels like so. And this is why I have extra tape, everyone. So let me go ahead and get the industrial size tape. And a little fun technique is you can just cut a bigger strand and then make some individual pieces like so. Let's actually go ahead and cut that. And so if you guys are taping this up, you can really use, I'd say like any tape, even if you want to use some glue maybe. Just you want to keep it in place. You want to keep it really sturdy. So go ahead and tape your pencil to your wheels, just like that. And then while you're taping, if you have anyone nearby that can help you, you can go ahead and have them maybe tape the other side. You want to be able to tape both ends of the pencil to the wheels, because you want to keep it, as I mentioned, pretty sturdy, because we're gonna be racing these very soon. And for anyone who maybe has any friends or family nearby, they can go ahead and start getting the 2 rubber bands, okay? So we're gonna get those 2 rubber bands and put them to the side. Let me just go ahead and get this tape. Let's see. And, it looks like we've got some questions coming in. I'm so excited. Oh no, my tape, there we go. Okay, it looks like, we got a question about the solar panels. Yes, really great question. Is Opportunity the only Mars rover to have solar panels? It's not the only Mars rover to have solar panels. In fact, all of the Mars rovers the entire robotic family, as I like to call them, have solar panels on the top. And that usually is to be able to charge their batteries. So what it does is it gathers photons from the sun, converts that into electricity, and then is able to power the batteries. Okay, so that's a really great question. Thanks for asking that. So what I'm doing here, grab your scissors, and right on this end of the body of the rover, so like away from the pencil, just cut 2 slits, just like so, because we're gonna wrap the rubber band around that, okay? And then grab the 2 rubber bands, and I want you guys to watch carefully what I do, because this can be a little bit tricky. We're going to loop the rubber band like this. Let's see if you guys can see that, like that, and through. So you want to be able to have like a knot in the rubber band, like that. You want the 2 rubber bands to be connected. Let me know if you guys need me to do that again. I have a few extra rubber bands here. So if you guys have any adults nearby, maybe they'll be able to help. So what you're doing is you're taking the 2 rubber bands, you're looping it through, and like that. Okay, and so what we're going to do is now we're going to take that rubber band and we're going to loop it through. Let's see if you guys can see that. Loop it through the pencil. Okay, so you have it underneath, and then we're gonna take this top part and pull it through the opening, just like that. So you want to wrap it on your pencil like so. So just like that, and then the other side, you guessed it, if you guys thought that maybe that's what the slits are for, that is exactly what we made the slits for. So look at our rover. It's already looking super good. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see, we got a question. Are we going to have a Mars airplane? What else is coming in the next few years or decades, since we have the Mars copter coming? Yes. Oh, something so exciting is Ingenuity. Ingenuity is a Mars copter that launched with the Mars Perseverance, also known as the Mars 2020 rover, which just launched recently. And that's going to be so exciting. It's going to be a helicopter on Mars. As far as a Mars airplane, I think that is a brilliant idea. And I think that having that would be really beneficial, especially if we start to have, people living on Mars. It's going to be really exciting. Okay, so this next step, I want you guys to turn your rover upside down and grab a straw. You can use like really any straw. I'm not too fond of single-use plastic, so I actually have some like straws made of grass here. I think they're bamboo or they're grass, not really sure, but they work really well. You won't really want a stainless steel straw. They're a bit too heavy, but maybe a silicone straw also is good. Just go ahead and grab one of those straws, just like this, and you're gonna tape it right there. So like right where you made that slit, right where the rubber band is, okay? So right there, let me go ahead and get the tape. I love these questions, by the way. You guys can definitely ask some more questions. There's so many exciting things coming to Mars. Did you guys know that there's a theory right now that suggests that Mars was once a very watery planet, that it may have been very similar to Earth at one point. Similar atmosphere, similar composition, terrain. There was an atmosphere at one point, but something completely blew away the atmosphere. Lost its electromagnetic field. And Mars, in order to have an atmosphere not get blown away by solar wind, solar radiation, having an electromagnetic field around Mars is important. We have it here on Earth, actually. Whenever it interacts with solar flares, you start to see aurora borealis or northern lights. Who here has actually seen northern lights before? I'm super curious. Okay, so that is now our front wheels. We are almost done with our rover. If you guys have candy like this, that would be very useful because it'll help with the performance of the rover. So you can just put it on just like that. Let me know in the chat if anyone doesn't have candy like this. I can make the wheels differently. Just let me know and put it in the questions for me so that I can show you guys if you need that. But once you put on the candy like that, we're going to go ahead and cut the wheels like that. and like that. You don't need them. If you're using silicone straws, don't worry about cutting it because you might want to reuse your straw eventually. So you don't have to cut it. It just helps with when it's actually moving. When you make your rover start to go. When you make your rover rove, when it's going to be roving on Mars, it definitely is helpful. And then we're going to go ahead and tape the ends to keep the wheels intact. And once again, if you guys needed help with making like improvisation wheels, I certainly can do that. So we're gonna go ahead and tape it down. I don't know if you guys can see this okay. The reason we're doing this, so I'm like wrapping the tape around like this, it actually helps with keeping the candy in place so that it won't go flying off. Because we definitely don't want to be losing any wheels on Mars, guys. That would be very difficult to fix on the Martian surface. This is why I think launching a 3D printer would be very useful. And then launching some type of robotic mission where, say it's like a robonaut. A robonaut is like a robotic astronaut. So it's a legged robot or armed robot, has limbs, and is able to perform very similar tasks to humans. And so imagine launching that on Mars. I think that would be really, really helpful. Okay, so this is what we're up to. And we are almost ready. We are almost done. And we're going to be seeing how this takes off. So you guys ready? Who is ready to launch our rover to Mars? I mean, it's already, let's say that it's already on Mars. It already launched. So that is our rover. And if you guys want to decorate it, that's definitely an option too. I have all these markers here. So I'll just go ahead and write, I'm going to call it the City of STEM. City of STEM. And then on the other side, I'll write rover. I'll put a smiley face. Yay! So this is the official City of STEM rover. So let's go ahead and race it now. So this is why the rubber band is important. You're going to want to wind it up like this. So you're going to want the rubber bands, so you want to make sure it's tight. Because if you guys just saw the way I wound it up, it wasn't completely turning. You're going to want it to be tighter. So if this keeps happening, just put a piece of tape over in case your cardboard keeps getting in the way. We've got a new question coming in. Alrighty, so what I'm doing here is I'm just connecting these sides to each other so that it doesn't keep running into the wheels. So we definitely want those wheels to perform. Now, my wheels they're taped on, but you guys can do a better job than me. If you have more time, definitely just tape it a bit stronger, but that definitely will do. Could we send 3D printer to space to print homes for future Mars explorers? Oh, that's an incredible question. Yes, I would agree with this. I would say that is not only a great idea, but it's a huge probability that it's going to happen. For lunar bases, for instance, setting up a 3D printer to be able to print out specific tools and devices that can maybe aid in making cement out of the moon dust, regolith. You can actually make cement out of regolith, which is the moon dust, and build lunar bases out of that, which is super awesome. And so imagine having a 3D printer that can actually work with that. It can build specific devices like cranes that can dig up the regolith. Okay, so go ahead and wind up your rover like this. And then right when you're ready, you're gonna let go. Did you guys see that? I might have moved the webcam a little bit. Let's try that one more time. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see us on camera. So wind it up like this, and then you're gonna 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I got all this stuff in the way, but if you actually were to, let me see, I'm gonna switch the camera. Okay, hello everyone. So I'm gonna step over there. If there's anything here, maybe, if anyone on the tech team right now, if there's anything in the way up here, maybe you can move it, but I think I should be fine. Let's move my Saturn V rocket out of the way. Can you tell us about MOXIE on the recently launched Mars Rover? Yeah, so MOXIE is this device that's going to be able to convert, I believe it's carbon monoxide from the Martian surface into oxygen. I would double check that. It's either carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide or both. And being able to extract the oxygen atom out of it and be able to develop oxygen, which is important. What can we use oxygen for? Breathing. You can use it for rocket fuel. And that's a really useful thing when we go to Mars. Okay, so let me move. Which way should I go? I'll go here. Actually, I'll go all the way back here. So we're going to launch this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So that's what's really exciting. I think about the Mars rovers is being able to build it so that as this rotates, it pushes the rover upward. Because think about it. If you guys are on like a mountain or in a rocky terrain, you're going to want to be able to climb over that. So that is our Mars rover. I hope you guys had a great time building this as much as I did. This stream is definitely going to be recorded and posted later. So if you guys want to share this with all of your friends, with your class, your science class, with anyone you know. And I hope you guys get to build your very own Mars rovers. And if you want to learn more, you can head over to my channels at AstroAthens. And I hope to see you guys there. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, and all that fun jazz, all that really cool stuff. So thank you guys so much for having me on City of STEM. This was absolutely awesome. And make sure you tune in for all the other streamers that are going to be on here. Thanks so much, everyone. Yay! Thank you so much. Bye, guys.